started taking classes at 32 years old.
Yep, this is me, a woman in her 30s who decided to go back to school. But oh my god, isn't that like old? No, age is nothing but a number, and I am here to tell you why I started taking classes again and how it's amazing to be in your 30s, which is still very young by the way, and deciding to educate and better yourself.
Hey everyone, so as some of you may know, I've been having a hard time adjusting back to the States. However, I decided to shift my mindset into trying to make my experience here as valuable as possible, even when times are tough. Because I figured since I'm here anyway, might as well level myself up. And one of the best ways of doing that, I think, is through education. Hey, I'm Day, and I wanted to share with you why I decided to go back to school, what I plan on doing with my education, overcoming survival mode, and how it feels being 32 in an environment that is full of 20-year-olds. So they say that knowledge is power, and I do truly believe in that. I've got huge goals in my life. I really want to see more of the world and just soak in all of the beauty that's out there. And at the same time, I want to create systems in place that allows me to work remotely, and at the same time share what I've learned and experienced with everyone. And sure, I might not be traveling at this moment. It's not there yet. I want to make it happen though, but it is all laying the groundwork into creating the life that I want, and that is starting with education. So here's some background of my life. I graduated at the University of Cincinnati in 2015 with a degree in neurobiology and a minor in Asian studies, focusing a bit on Japanese culture. And I had this biggest goal of being a doctor because I really wanted to help people. When it came to things that really brought me joy, it was people, and I really cared for people. And so I thought, of course, why not become a doctor? Because I can heal the sick and I can really make a difference in people's lives. However, I shadow doctors and I have friends that are doctors, and it's kind of amazing how many times they've gave me the advice of, hey, Day, I don't think this is for you. Because if you're interested in becoming a doctor for helping people, this is not the field to do it. I continue to learn how corrupted the US medical field was and how a lot of it is for profit at the expense of the American people. And a lot of my doctor friends were really depressed and sad because at the end of the day, they felt like they were enslaved to the insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies. However, it's not something that it can easily escape because they are now in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and therefore need to continue to work in the system so that they can pay off their debt, even though they themselves can feel that it is directly not helping people. So I decided to really reconsider becoming a doctor, but I was already junior year of college and starting all over would just become really expensive. So I just decided to go ahead and continue my education and just finish my neurobiology degree. Honestly, like if I could start over, I probably would have done something in art because I was really interested in art as a kid, and I was really interested in graphic design as a teenager, and I really liked playing a lot with Photoshop at the time, and I think it definitely would have been a better fit for me. And then I was also interested in Japanese, so I think like combining graphic design with Japanese would have been like a really cool thing, but you live and learn. It's okay, it happens. I think it's definitely very interesting how we have 18-year-olds deciding their life paths, but I guess that's the system we're in. And so I've accepted that. And so I decided to continue to finish my degree regardless and just finish school. However, when I was graduating, at the time, I was working at an elementary school, working with underprivileged kids, and I really enjoyed tutoring and teaching. I was tutoring pretty much most of my college life since maybe about sophomore year of college. So I have a lot of experience with children in general, which if the education system was better, that might be another field I would consider. However, I decided instead in 2017 to book a one-way ticket back to Asia after doing a study abroad 2012 because I really enjoyed my time in Japan so much that I really wanted to go back there. And it was through that trip that I discovered one of my truest passions, which is traveling. And I love traveling so much because I really, again, like I said earlier, love people. And I feel like when it comes with traveling, I can learn and connect with all these different people and learning about their culture and their food. And it's such an amazing and beautiful experience. And to me, traveling is like education. So when I booked my one-way ticket to Japan in 2017, I got to travel around a bit, and then I moved to Korea in 2018 to become a teacher, which was one of the things I enjoyed doing, and it was really cool to be able to do that in Korea. But in 2021, I decided to move back to the States, especially with COVID, and really not sure what I want to do in terms of visas, just because it was really hard to stay longer due to COVID, and it was really hard to travel to other countries. And although moving back to the States have been pretty difficult for me, I won't lie, I have learned to have appreciation and gratitude for the experiences I have, because I know it is through that I will continue to grow as a person. But also, I always wanted to go back abroad, and that is still my current plan. And those are things I'm working towards through working, saving, creating, and of course, education. So what am I learning and why? I am learning digital marketing. I am taking some digital marketing classes online 4 times a week for about 3 hours. So pretty much my weekday evenings are taken up by these classes. And so now I kind of have a lot less free time, which is fine because I'm so excited to learn and really grow myself as a person. And I chose digital marketing specifically for a few reasons. You see, first, for my photography business. When I moved back to the States, I decided to create a photography business because why not? I really enjoy taking pictures. I was really good at it. And so I kind of just started a business because I'm a very entrepreneurial forward type of person. However, though, my marketing for my photography business could be a lot better, and especially my website. So I think that these classes would really help me enhance my business, especially moving forward, because I do think it's something I want to continue even when I'm traveling. It's just figuring out how I want to make that happen. Second, I love content creation, and I figured the more I know about digital marketing, the better I can be at making content and social media management. And just overall, I do have bigger goals to really build up this community, and I feel like learning about these things is key in making that happen. Third, I would love to use digital marketing as a way to help people and small brands. Especially since as things continue to go more into the digital space, it'll be really important to build up a personal brand. And I believe in the future, and honestly currently, we'll all have the ability to be able to create what we want through the digital world, through social media, through content creation. I'm already seeing content creators designing their own apps and forming communities through that app. We're in a space in a world now where anything is possible. If you have a dream and goal, you can really create something out of it. And I want to be able to help people make that happen. And as a plan C, I'll be better equipped for jobs if I need to fall back onto that. And I am hoping to be able to find some things to do throughout summer, maybe in an internship or something, just to be able to continue my education and experience. But also at the same time, I will just have experience if I want to apply for work, because one thing I could do while traveling abroad is work remotely for a company that will allow that. So what exactly is my life plan and my personal goals when it comes to taking classes? Overall, and I'm sure for many of us personally, I really want to be financially independent. Increasing my skill set and knowledge gives me a better potential to increase my earnings, and I plan on doing so all while living below my means, as this gives me the opportunity to save and create a future that I do want. Living below my means is something that I currently do, and it has allowed me to slowly build up my savings, as I really think it's super important to be able to get out of survival mode. And I understand that it's so hard for a lot of us, especially Americans, as most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. But I do believe that education is a great first step in making change. And as someone who grew up in poverty, I really want to be able to break that cycle. And honestly, I feel like I've broken a lot of cycles already. Seeing the world may seem impossible when you don't have much money, but I made it happen. And eventually working in Korea, I took a lot of the free time I had to learn about budgeting and educating myself on finances and saving money thanks to YouTube University. YouTube is great, honestly. You can learn so much from YouTube. And I'm back in school because I want to live a life that is a lot more aligned with my dreams. Next would be building up myself more by taking a job, freelancing, or creating and designing my own work. Next, using my experience from working to better my work even more. Then build a platform or create a system that works best for my needs and values, that allows for travel without any worry, as traveling is a big thing that I do plan on doing soon. And then last, share my knowledge and experiences with others. So basically through determination, plans, grit, and honestly, I feel like I can succeed in whatever I put my mind to. I know that overall it allowed me to better my life, gives me the chance to work towards my goals and dreams while simultaneously adding value in the work that I do. And so how do I feel about this, especially being 32 years old and at school again? So honestly, the fact that I'm 32 years old really doesn't bother me, because I really just think that age is nothing but a number. Most people in my classes are recent college grads, and so they range around early to mid 20s, and I graduated in 2015, so that was almost like 10 years ago. So I'm definitely, more of the OG of the class. But honestly, truly, I do see this as an honor to be able to be learning at 32 years old, as I'm super thankful to be a continuous life learner, which again is like the reason why I enjoy traveling so much, because it's like I'm continuously learning. And I know it's easy to think like if you're in your 30s or if you're in your late 20s to be embarrassed about going back to school, but I'm just here to say like it's totally okay. It's okay to be in school. And honestly, I think it's a flex that you decided to take the chance on something new and overcoming challenges. Like how awesome are you to do that? To be able to better yourself, no matter if it's scary or not. The fact that you did that is so courageous. And honestly, it's a superpower. I think not only that, with how social media is nowadays, I think we are seeing a lot of people pivoting careers in their late 20s or in their 30s or even 40s. I think it's so common to see on TikTok or YouTube that people are leaving their lawyer job to become baristas, or people are becoming chefs, or they're becoming world travelers, for example, quitting their jobs to travel the world. People are making big pivots in their life regardless. So I think now it's kind of normal to change what you want in life, even if it's later in your years. And I also think that a lot of us don't feel bound to societal pressures anymore, or as much in that sense. And also, if there are people that judge others for going back to school, which is kind of a weird thing to judge about, but if people are doing that, then do we really want to give someone or some stranger that power to dictate our lives and how we feel? Nah, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. And it's so funny, I think, because I feel like when we are 20s, we judge ourselves wishing we were younger. That's another thing that I will never understand. Because say we're at 22 and we wish we were 20 again, and then we're 25 because we feel 25 is old, and we wish we're 21 again or 22 again. And then we're 28 wishing we were 25, and then we're 30 wishing we're 28, and then we're 35 wishing we were 30, and we're 40 wishing we were 35. It's just like continuously wishing that we were the age that previously we thought was too old to be. But it's like, if I'm 32 now, and if I'm gonna be 40 looking back at 32 thinking, wow, I was so young and stuff, why not just enjoy 32 now? Why not just enjoy who I am now instead of having to always look back wishing that I was that age again? And you know, another one of my life goals I really want to do, I want to be able to get my master's degree. Just to get it, it's just a life goal I want. I just want to be able to check it off my list. I want to do it abroad. I think that'd be really cool, but I don't know when that's going to happen. That's probably going to happen when I'm 40s or 50s, to be honest. And I'm going to be super happy doing so at that age, because again, age is nothing but a number. And another thing about age too, and the reason why I don't really feel so weird about being 32 is the fact that I'm 32 is such a privilege, such a privilege. I wish this is like one thing people really considered when it came to aging. Being 32, you are so lucky to be 32, or you are so lucky to be the age you're currently at, because there are so many people out there in that world that does not make it to your age. There are people who will never see 32. There are people who will never see 28. There are people who will never see 23. There are people who will never see 18. They will never be able to experience that age because unfortunately, due to some circumstances, they didn't make it. And so when we nitpick our current age, I feel like it's a disrespect to people who like didn't even get the chance to be able to make it to that point in life. Because I'm sure that there's so many people that would, if they could, they would do anything to come back and to be able to experience 30s, or to experience wrinkles, or experience like a pivot in their career, and experience, you know, all these ups and downs in life. And so one thing I really would love for people to start doing is changing the mindset of age, because I'm very, very happy to be 32 and very thankful to be here. And I'm very thankful to be learning at 32, because again, I feel like it's such a privilege. And yeah, that is basically it. I'm super happy to share this experience with you all. I'm so excited to share my futures, because I still plan on traveling and I can't wait for that to happen. But if you have any questions or comments, I would love for you to leave them down below so I can learn more. Also, I have made a free how to travel for free guide. I'll be posting that in my bio below. Please check it out. It's kind of my first time making a guide like that, and so I would love to also hear feedback as well. So as you know, with learning and everything, I do have big plans. And so I do want to document those parts of my journey with you all. And yeah, basically, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. And I look forward to connecting with you all some more. And this is Day saying, have a wonderful day, my sunnies. Take care. Bye.